So, the youth movement in Philadelphia has begun. Let's talk, guys. Ahead of roster cutdowns, we've got Coach Doug Peterson reiterating a message that has been relayed by Howie Roseman, the ownership, the head coach, which is we are on a youth movement, and these young guys are going to get an opportunity before final decisions are made. All right, y'all. Let's get it. What's up, Eagles Nation? What's going on, NFL world? How you doing, division rivals? This is Steven Hyder with Gate City Sports Channel, the sports channel where the cerebral NFL fan comes for about 10 minutes of daily content. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, whenever it is you get around to watching this. Once again, guys, my name is Steven Hyder, and this is Gate City Sports Channel. So before we jump into today's topic, I want to give you just a sliver of what's to come ahead, guys. All I'm going to say is, if you want to see a lot of content creators put out 53-man roster projections, stay tuned for Friday. Go to all your favorite content creators. You're probably going to see 53-man roster projections coming out. Also, we got a little something planned for you guys on Saturday. Something special, but we're not going to release that information until we're all on board to release it together. All right, y'all. So today's topic, we're talking about the youth movement. Look, Doug Peterson has stated that he's going to give these young guys an opportunity to win it. And if you look across the board, I find it funny when I watch other people from other fan bases, like content creators, like say things about the Eagles, because there's a clear misunderstanding. They're only looking at these little insignificant additions like Jason Peters and stuff like that and thinking like, oh, the Eagles are still really old. Deshaun Jackson, the Eagles are still really old. They haven't looked deep into our roster because there is a youth movement in Philadelphia, guys. And let's just talk about this. To begin with, let's look at the wide receivers. Right now, I can tell you for a fact, I know who's going to line up week one for the Philadelphia Eagles at wide receiver. In 11-man personnel packages, it will be J.J. Arcega-Whiteside as our boundary side X receiver. I do want to say, guys, this right here, this is one of the ways that you create time with suspect offensive line play. Move the pocket a little bit. Let Wentz do what Wentz does. And buy that time to get that ball downfield and press it. It will be Greg Ward Jr. in the slot. It will be Djax out there as the flanker. Oh. The fourth guy off the bench will be John Hightower. John Hightower has been trained to basically play the flanker, the boundary, and he can play the slot. I've seen him do it in college. He can do it. He's your fourth. It's not a mystery to me. The real question comes to me with having Rager down, having Alshon Jeffrey down. You're probably going to dress 5 guys for that game. Man, Quez missed some days at the most inopportune time to miss some days, which really gave Deontay Burnett some momentum. The question is, who's the 5th guy? I got my preference. I'm not revealing anything. You guys will have to wait till Friday to see that. I have my preference. But look, if you look at these guys, okay, let's just talk about it. JJ, 10 career receptions, 2nd year in the league. Greg Ward Jr., he's been in the league a few years, but he's been through the practice squad. 6 games of experience or something like that, guys. John Hightower, he's a rookie. Even Deontay Burnett, this is his 2nd year in the league. He was an undrafted rookie free agent last year. Quez Watkins, 6th-round draft pick. The youth movement is happening. We are getting younger. We are getting faster. And we have clearly stuck to this messaging.
But going forward, we need to infuse youth in this team. We have 10 draft picks.
If you really track what's going on. Let's talk about the running back room. Miles Sanders, 2nd-year player. I think he's going to be a legit star. Still a 2nd-year player. He's young. Boston Scott. He's been in the league a little longer than Miles Sanders, but he's still a young dude. He's got maybe 10 games or so, maybe less of experience, 10, 12, 13 games, something like that, guys. Like, he hasn't got that many games experience here. Corey Clement.
Green 80! Green!
Probably the most established of these three. But let's be real. He was an undrafted rookie free agent in 2017. And then we get to that final roster spot between AK, Elijah Holyfield, Mike Warren. Like, you got one guy that was an undrafted rookie free agent, I believe, the year before, and two other undrafted rookie free agents. It's a real mystery here, guys. Like, the youth movement is on. We could have signed a veteran. Leonard Fournette is still out there, right? We had plenty of chances in free agency. We all kept making videos like, hey, are the Eagles going to go get a veteran contact balance back to, basically complement Miles Sanders? They didn't do it. That was a clear indication the youth movement is on. Listen to me, other content creators from other teams. Pay attention closer. Pay more attention. Follow it just slightly more than what you've been doing. Let's talk about the offensive line. This is a place I do think you do have established veterans, right? You got guys like Lane Johnson, he's an established veteran. You got guys like Jason Kelsey's established veteran. Jason Peters, established veteran. Even Isaac Suamalu, I would probably put in the category of a veteran, even though he's still a young guy. With that said, there's been a clear indicator so far. And this is probably the one area I will disagree with the front office and the coaching staff on. For the love of God, you need to go sign a veteran here to come back up things. But they keep saying they're going to give Matt Pryor Jordan Mailata, Jack Driscoll, and Nate Herbig every single opportunity, guys, to win these camp battles. They're giving them their opportunity. I still think you got to go get a Cordy Glenn. I really wish that Greg Robinson didn't have the legal trouble he's got over him, because he's another really big name out there. But he got caught with like 150 pounds, guys, like marijuana here, guys. Like, I'm all for things, but that's a little hard to justify. Cordy Glenn makes a lot of sense, guys. I mean, that's someone I would personally add in, or a player similar to Cordy Glenn. I think you need a veteran presence here. I do think this is the one area where they're slipping a little bit, but I'll let it go. I'll let it play out. I'll see what Stoutland can do with these young guys. But I am a little concerned here. I got a feeling we're going to have to flip-flop and move a lot of things around to make this work. Flip it over to the defensive side of the ball, guys. Even if you look at that defensive line, you got Josh Sweat, who's a lock to make this roster. I won't tell you the rest of my locks, though. Then you got a bunch of these young guys on the D-line competing, right? Outside of a young guy in Derek Barnett who's been established, right? Brandon Graham, who's a veteran, and Vinny Curry, who's a veteran. Look at the rest of these names and how young they are. Toohill, 7th round draft pick. Avery, 5th round draft pick a couple years ago. Sharif Miller, 4th round draft pick the year prior. Joe Osman, undrafted rookie free agent. A lot of youth. A lot of youth on that defensive line. Carry it over, and let's talk about the defensive tackle position. Hassan Ridgeway. I believe Hassan Ridgeway was a late round pick for the Colts. He's a young guy. Anthony Rush, undrafted rookie free agent with tremendous talent. He's a dancing bear. I love the kid. Don't know if he's going to make it, but love the kid's talent level. Raekwon Williams, one of the most touted, highly touted undrafted rookie free agents of this year. Once again, guys, a lot of youth. There's a lot of youth. Look at the linebackers, and let's just talk about the guys we know. Nate Gary, TJ Edwards, Duke Riley, Davion Taylor, Shaun Bradley. Even if you take Singletary, you don't have a lot of experience in that room. It's a youth movement. This is a movement of clear youth. The secondary, okay? We got veterans out there in Darius Slay, Rodney McLeod, all those kind of guys, right? But you also got guys like Grayland Arnold, Michael Jacquet, Elijah Riley. The 3 undrafted rookie free agents I told you guys about prior to camp, where I said, there are 3 guys in particular that really catch my attention in the secondary. And I told you guys it was Grayland Arnold, it was Michael Jacquet, and it was Elijah Riley. I've been big on all 3 of these guys. I think all 3 of these guys can play. I won't reveal to you what I think their fates are, but Youth. Youth. They're being mixed in with another young guy in Craig James, also an undrafted rookie free agent from like a year or so ago. Another young guy who he's been taking first team reps as a gunner for the Eagles.
As we see Marcus Green there returning punts and the Eagles working on special teams.
Youth. Even go to the safety room. Guys that are a little more established, like Rudy Ford, Marcus Epps. They're still young guys. These are not established veterans. They're young guys. The youth movement is here in Philadelphia, guys. No doubt about it. I don't care what any of these other content creators say. Come talk to me so that way I can point you in the right direction. Because the youth movement, guys, we're young in Philadelphia. Everything that Doug Peterson, everything that Howie Roseman, Jeffrey Lurie said following the season is starting to come to fruition. They said we were going to get younger. We wanted to get more athletic. We wanted to add speed, right? All those things have been met. I don't know if it's going to work out, guys. Hard thing to say. However, I see the design. I see the scheme. At the end of the day, I do agree with it. Go get the right coaches, coach these guys up, and build your roster from underneath. You have to do it that way, guys. We have to develop these guys. This is how you save yourself cap situations, is by doing things just like this. All right, guys, these are my thoughts. You can even add more established guys that are still young, but I didn't consider them in this pool because I think they have a lot of playing experience. But Sidney Jones, he's a young guy. Rasul Douglas, young guy. Avonte Maddox, young guy. Cravon LeBlanc, young guy. But they all have a different amount of playing experience that I felt like, okay, like, kind of detracts from the point a little bit. All right, guys, these are my thoughts. I will know your thoughts below. Look out for Friday, guys. Friday is going to be the video where I make that prediction for y'all. And then we're going to talk about it Saturday live. All right, y'all. So let me know what your thoughts are about the youth movement here. Look out for tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm going to tell you who I think are some of the camp winners and some of the camp losers. So pay attention and look out for that video, guys. That's all I got for y'all. Appreciate y'all tuning in. And you know how we close these videos out. We do a little E-A-G-L-E-S. All right, y'all. Let's go, Eagles.